Okay. Hey, gentlemen, gentlemen, this is the Hero's Journey with Dr. D, here to inspire, to encourage, to motivate, to educate, helping you get beyond your. Tonight, you know what it is? Tonight is the recap, the update, as well as the Q&A. So what I will do, I'll put the I'll put the link into the chat line for those who are not part of the community. You have not received it, so I put it in the chat line right now. So if you see it, click on it and do what it actually do, so you can get on board and give us your 2 cents. All right, the more noise, the merrier. Uh, oh, okay. The link is in there, and so what we will do after I do my recap and my summary, I'll see if I have any audios from the podcast, and I'll play the audios. Now I read the chats. Now I open up the Q&A. So right now we're doing the summary, and I will repeat my summary. Okay. All right. I did a video. The feature video was on communication barriers, and what I explained earlier, a couple seconds ago, I was talking about communication seems to be a big thing in relationships, not just in marriages, but in siblings or just in relationships in general, in the workplace with people, because sometimes we think that we understand how the person hears, but we don't. Because a lot of times we may assume that the person hears the language we speak, and we both are speaking English or Spanish or whatever language you speak. And we think that because we slowed the rate of our speech down and it's clear and crisp, that just because our words can be understood, that people understand the words that we're saying in the manner that we meant it to be received. And that's not always the case. I think it's an arrogant thing for a person to automatically assume that the words they speak, that people understand them. I think the ownership mostly is on the person who's sending the message, because they're trying to receive a certain response. So if I'm trying to receive a certain response, then I need to send the message a certain type of way. And that's without knowing totally how the other person hears. So how do you do that? So first you try. You adjust. You keep adjusting until you get the right frequency. If you get the right frequency, then the person can receive the message, and then the message is clear. Just like turning a knob on a radio, when you adjust it to the correct frequency, then the sound is clear, and then it's not static. And when it's not static, then you can understand the words that are coming. And then it can be pleasant for both of you all, because you're sending a message, and she or he's receiving a message that is meant to be sent. There's a couple ways I explained. I gave 4 points. In good communication, that you have to skillfully express it. And I've stated this previously on other videos, other talks, that roughly about communication. Effective communication is not just talking; it's body language. Roughly 23%, around about, is your tone, and roughly just 7%, no more than 7%, is what you say. So that's why a part of good communication is to skillfully express, and that's the value. Hearing the person, even if they don't say a word. Can you hear me if I couldn't speak? And not only skillfully expressing, but skillfully listening. Then, then a creative, then being creative problem solvers. And then not only being creative problem solvers, but the last thing is being responsible follow up. Because if you're not following up behind them, what's the purpose of solving a problem if you're going to neglect them? Then the question comes back: what are we doing if we're not really trying to effectively communicate between each other. Some people are resistant, and some people are obstinate to effective communication, and it's one-sided. And that's when there's another conversation. No matter how many times you adjust that frequency, the other side just don't want to listen. It's a little obstinate right there. And that all depends on how much patience do you have. God, do believe everybody can change or adjust if they want to. That's when it's not a thing about miscommunication. That's when it's a thing about obstinance or rebellion or defiance. A person just doesn't want to listen, even when they hear. That's a different subject matter altogether. I think that kind of responds to Tito's question he did in the text in the chat earlier. And thank you, Tito, for putting something in the comment section so I can respond to it. Like I said before, it helps the algorithm. Help me, people. Help me. Help me help you so we can help others. All right. So pretty much that's communication barriers. And that's a big barrier when, when you're sending a message and the other person doesn't have any intention of receiving what you have to say. They just want to be right. Yeah, you can't really have, it can't be all that effective if you're only one person talking, the other person not listening, not trying to listen. All right. So that's my summary. And that's my summary. So we will. But the update is that I think I'm a keep on riding this train. I think I got one more on communications and effective relationships. So I'm probably rework that thing and play that one. But any more suggestions, I can keep on. I can add a couple more to the communication series. Y'all can put it in the chat, and I'll be more. It helped me build my steam. I already got some background on it, so that helped me out tremendously. So I appreciate it. So that's my what I'm doing. I forgot. Ah, we can't forget. I can't forget what he done for me. What is it? Never shall I forget how he set me free. How he brought me out. Oh, never. Oh, da, 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 da. Do, 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 do. Nothing but the more. Why my thing ain't coming up? It should be coming up. All right, applause. All right. I can't believe it. Oh, sound effects. Here we go. All right. So that was my summary, and now my update. Like I said, we could probably keep on going the communication route, the communication route, or communication in effective relationships. So thank you. All right. So now I will. What my other people? I'm gonna open up the background, the Q&A. I'm gonna bring people in the back room. Let me see about something else. Give me a second. You getting on? I sent you the link. I sent you the link. Uh, What's up?
What's going on?
I like that. I just don't know the rest of the song. I like that. Try to get my brother to do me one, but he won't. My brother composed this a little bit, but I gotta be. He said, "Now, what exactly you want? Just make up something. Just make up something. Make up something." So how's your day been?
It was good. It was good.
It's too hot.
Yeah, it's too hot for this time of year.
Messed me up
Mm-hmm.
because 3 weeks ago it's like this, and then the following week it dropped down about 8 degrees. He said yes,
Mm-hmm.
and then last week it got to this time. It was like 48 to 52. 40 for this time of year. So you thinking that it's gonna settle, and then this week is 77.
Oh yeah, I had turned on my heater this past weekend, and now I'm getting ready to go turn back on the AC. So it is very confusing.
Yeah, I'm sweating. I'm sweating up a storm. I'm driving. I'm sweating because it's and I know what it is because while I've been down here a long time, I guess most of my life I was adjusted to in the Chicago area. We only have two seasons.
Mm-hmm.
It's hot and cold. The hot is great. The cold not so much, but it's like it grooves into it. Like in October, the wind started coming. It's like chilly, and then December, it's still like 50 is a good day, 53 is a good day. Then a halt kind of glisten. So if you like no wind, it's like 20, 30 degrees. In January, that's a great day. But it's still,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be chilly. And you come on and be warm. February is going to be roughly around the same thing, 20, 30, 40, maybe 50, but it drop back down. Maybe below zero, but it's still going to be cold. In the March, it's kind of rainy. April is lightening up. Middle April is 70, 80. Then May, 80. August, September, 80, 90. So it starts all then to into October. It's kind of like that. So I never really knew all 4 seasons until I came down here. I find that very interesting. I never knew 4 seasons. Oh, it really is 4 seasons. And my allergies has let me know, yes, it is.
Oh yeah, mine's too. Fall and spring, my allergies are real bad.
It's like a ship. I was
Yep.
driving, I had the window down, and somebody told me I'll take somebody somewhere, and it's like so it's fall. So that's why my allergy it just shifted within the day. I had my window down, absorbing, letting the wind blow through my hair.
What your beard? Was it
There's nothing you
blowing
said
through your
that,
beard?
but it wasn't growing through my hair. How about that? Not my
You
gray.
you you just said it was
It
blowing through your hair,
it
so it
was
must have been your beard. Because
it
other than
wasn't
that,
going through my
it was
gray. How
moving
about
your
that?
scalp.
It wasn't going through my gray.
You don't see any gray. That's the lighting of the camera.
The lies you tell. You didn't put your Beijing on this morning. You let your little girl come and say, "Daddy, it's great, all right there. It's great, right?"
Yeah, she would correct me. If she was in here.
uh, I asked my twin brother. I said, "Listen," I said, "Man, how you get that?" And I know he got gray until he didn't. I said, "Man," because he does a good job in dying. He said, "Beijing," because it's on point. I mean, he got it full and it's tight.
Hmm.
He got it done like he ain't got no kids. You know, they grown. But I'm trying to do better. He's like, man, you gotta do something. That's okay. Okay. So I saw a couple other videos. I said, oh boy, like I just rolled out. Like whiskers on the side. That's why could you trim down the side a little bit, maintain a little bit, just and it makes a difference.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta do too much, but you got no hair.
Well, I'm trying to let mine grow, and I got my hair tapered this weekend. Line up in a low taper, and Saturday morning, and when I came from the barbershop. My wife was like, "Why you didn't get your haircut?" I said, "I did get my hair cut." She said, "No, it looked like you just got a line." I said, "Look at the side. Look at the sides. It's faded, and then in the back of the neck." I said, "I'm trying to let my hair grow out, son."
You trying to get locks?
Yes, I kind of do. I think I'm going through a midlife crisis. I'm thinking about growing some.
I got part that grew his. I mean, it was tight. He dyed it, but there's gray right here and there's dark right here. Then he just let it grow out. I mean, but he had real good hair. I mean, man, what was like 60 something. He had the whole hairline, everything. And then eventually he just shaved everything off.
Well,
But
I will say,
his locks was actually really tight. They was really nice looking. It wasn't dread. They was nice looking.
yeah, that's how I want mine. I want the neat ones, and I don't want the real thick ones. I want them kind of thin,
Yeah.
it's like it can lay down because I do
I,
want them still be neat and presentable. I
you
throw
want
on my
what,
suit. I don't, you know,
you want sister locks?
no, I don't want what my sister got there. But I look probably the double the size of a sister lock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, I just want it for I can still keep the neat appearance. I don't have a problem with people that got the thick ones, but I know I want thin ones because I still want to wear a nice cap, and I want to be able to manage it without looking, like unkept. Because some people, when they let them grow out and get thick, they don't really. It's hard to keep it like kept look. Now my oldest son, he do pretty good with his dreadlocks, but some people I see is like they just let them go wild, and I really don't want that real wild
No, you gotta
look.
maintain it. The
Yeah,
wild look is not in unless you weed hit.
yeah, yeah. I'm a professional, so I can't. I wouldn't feel right. Not saying people that got wild hair is unprofessional. I wouldn't feel right. My own personal standards. Especially being in the military for 20 years, it's kind of
Right.
hard to just totally let go. So I have a standard or that I try to maintain, even if it's long hair, I still want to have some kind of neat presentation together. Like, hey, it's intentional. It's not whatever. I roll out of bed and say whatever.
You still got a good hairline. Yeah, you can do that. You got no
Yeah.
spots nowhere?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Nope. I
I
got
can't.
full. Look at that. Look at that. That's full. It might got some gray up in it. Well, it might
Yeah,
might the way the light hit,
you know,
it
Mike.
looks good now, but I have a full head.
uh,
I have a full head. I don't have a problem with that.
yeah, I have a forehead too.
Yeah. Yeah, but your hairline starts somewhere back here. I
Right
can
here.
see that. Yeah. Yeah,
Now
about right there.
my hairline right here. Come on, man.
Nah, your barber got tired of trying to trim
No,
back there.
actually my hairline's right here. Went to a barber. I ain't been in a barber about 15 years.
I believe you.
I've been
Looking
I've
at
been
your headline, I believe you.
I've been shaving my hair from before it's popular, and then I grew it back because I was selling hair products. And I got
Uh,
tired of walking to the beauty salon and said, "Do you use the product?" So I grew my hair back. Use the product. No,
yes,
it went
it is.
back. What's that?
I say, yeah, that would be kind of hard to sell hair products and you don't have hair.
Well, you can do
That
it
would,
now. You can do it now because the end thing, but you have to overcome the objective. It's just the obstacles you can jump. I mean, okay. I said, listen. I said, listen. The glory, it's the glory of God is man. and glory of man is woman, not his hair, but the glory of man is woman, and the glory of woman is her hair. And for you, it's just no excuse for ugly hair. Just no excuse for ugly hair. Now it's not my see. If I'm putting emphasis on my head, then I'm out of place and out of order. I
Mm-hmm.
I check somebody like that, and they're like, and they kept on walking. See, I'm not confused with my orientation. Yeah, not confused at all. Let me see if Renee finished walking his dog. Hey Renee,
Hello?
oh yeah. Oh, I put you on mute because I thought your dogs was eating your food.
No. Dog. Oh, you can hear?
Yeah, I put it on mute because I heard her. That's what I heard.
Was that the dog or was he eating dinner?
That's well, I can't tell the difference. I can't tell the difference. Hey, are you finished? Oh, I got him on mute. Are you finished?
Yes.
Okay. He ain't finished. All right. Okay. So, hey, so what? You seen the feature? Oh, yeah. Tito commented. Thank you, sir. You only take a month, but thank you.
Well, I got to see it earlier. Usually, I'm at work. Usually, when they come out or close to, so and my schedule is very tight between getting home from work, getting ready for church, and going to
Right.
church and getting in. So sometimes I don't always get a chance to see, but I was able to look at it earlier today because I wasn't at work. I had to take care of some medical business, and so I was able to look at it, and then I was able to respond right away, vice like catch a piece of it, and then go back and catch a piece here,
Oh,
and I got to get it all together and sit down, digest it, and then be able to respond.
you asked a good question. I mean, I didn't expect that much. I just wanted, hey, communication. What does that mean? But you asked a good question. I mean, I don't know if you got a chance. I think I responded in my summary to what you had to say. Did I?
I haven't even had a chance to look at the response.
No, I'm talking about in my summary
Oh,
tonight.
I heard you mention it in your summary. You said that's that answer Tito question, and I heard you say thank you because when you first came on, I was able to hear you. Then it was a period of time where you went back out, where I
Oh,
wasn't hearing you. You was talking, and then you restarted it, and then when you came back, I was eventually I was able to hear you again. But I did hear you mention.
okay. I restarted, so I did that whole thing. I said, "Man, I'm just talking," because I thought you did say I can hear you. You
No.
did at first.
Yeah, at first, yes, I was able to hear you. And then I don't know what happened in between time. You went out. And that's when I started jumping back and forth between Melon and YouTube because I can only respond on YouTube, send a chat on YouTube, and that's when I say, "Hey, I can't hear you." And then eventually you rebooted, and
I
then
reboot. Yeah. If I saw that at first, I didn't see it. I gotta get some glasses. I saw I can hear you at first. That's it. Wait a minute. I can't hear you. I still can't hear you.
mhm,
It's okay. So I just rehashed it. I
okay.
just rehashed it. So okay. So what did you think as far as the communication barriers?
You talking to me?
Anybody?
Go ahead, Renee.
One commun- but I didn't see the video. You said the video was about communication barriers?
Yes.
Oh no, I haven't seen the video. I should get notifications from you. Let me see. I
Maybe
thought
you
it.
have your notifications turned off.
Yeah, I'm checking now because I don't remember getting. Let me see. If I go here. Here it is. Let's see. PragerU runs the show.
Smack.
No, I don't get, when did you put? When did you? No, I don't have. I don't have a notification.
This
When did
was
you post it?
earlier. It was earlier today.
Yeah.
Oh, today. Oh, yeah, it should be right
Yes.
here.
Yeah. I want you to lean close to the lean close.
Lean close to what? Can you see me? You may not be able to see me. I think when I switch, the camera freezes. Then when I go back,
You frozen. You got a big light behind your head right now. You frozen with a big light. Okay, now you moving. Yeah. Okay, it's the light that's above your head.
yeah.
Okay, that's better right there.
Now, can you hear this? Just get a little closer.
You get any closer, he gonna be the Matrix. He gonna come through the stream.
Yeah. Yeah, you see my TV in the background.
Hear that pop?
Yeah, I hear some pop. What is that?
That's me smacking you.
That's what you want me to get closer? For you to commit an act of violence against me.
Yeah.
Virtual balance. Virtual.
Let me see. Let me make sure. What's on the TV in the background? I want to make sure it was rated R or less. Okay, what were you saying? You said, but it's not my fault if I didn't get a notification.
Hold on, Renee. I was trying to see what was on TV. You'd have moved it out the way. That's fire, something exploding.
Captain Planet.
Cartoon?
It's Captain Planet.
Okay. All right.
No, that's not Captain Planet.
Ooh, oh. Fantastic Four?
Fantastic Four, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So I guess I didn't even know they had it. So I guess it's a new show on Disney Plus.
What was it, Fantastic Four?
Yeah, it's a new animated cartoon they have on Disney Plus.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I just saw it today, and then I started to. I was like, oh, what is this?
Well,
Oh, there you go.
mine's usually on Disney Junior because I have a 7-year-old that run this spot.
Disney Junior, is that on the same? That's on the same app. That's a whole different app.
I'm not really sure. It's through my cable provider.
Oh, okay. Disney Junior. Okay.
Yeah. And you know what? You just reminded me. I do pay for the Disney app also because she watch it on the iPad.
What? The Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have Disney Plus, and it comes with Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, which really wasn't much on there. Yeah.
I get internet.
Oh, you have cable?
No, internet.
Oh,
No, he has dial up. He has AOL, the disc, the CD-ROMs.
No, I
AOL.
got fiber. Okay, do AOL. Y'all be like, yeah.
Well, the internet has come a mighty long way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so Renee, so the topic is on communication barriers. I pointed four. I did 4 different things. Communication barriers is 4 things in communication that kind of can set a good stage for effective communication. It's being a skillful expression, skillful listening, creative problem solving, and responsibility to follow up. What does that mean?
Okay, give responsibility. Okay, say it with me one more time.
One,
Creative.
a skillful expression.
Skillful expression.
And that's because majority of communication is nothing what you say. Majority, about 70% is body language, roughly around 20 some odd percent is your tone, and now 7% is what you say. So that's why expressions is very important. So be skillful in your expressions.
Okay.
Some people talk with the hands and eyes with the face. Richard Pryor is very skillful in his expression. A lot of stand-up comedians are very skillful in their expression. While
Okay.
saying something, slapstick is an excellent way of communication, because they made people laugh. Laurel Hardy with no words, because their expression showed everything in the actions. So you're skillful in your expression, and then you're a skillful listener. And I tend to believe when you say a skillful listener, and it's not always about listening to what they say, but you listen with your eyes and you observe. You listen to what they do in
Mm-hmm.
addition to what they say.
Mm-hmm.
That's skillful
Okay.
listening. And then thirdly, creative problem solving. Because a lot of times a lot of times it's not necessarily in a marriage relationship, but just in general. Some people you're not on the same page because you may not be from the same culture. And if you ain't brother and sister or brother and brother, you didn't come from the same house. So the words that somebody else says doesn't click to you because you didn't grow up learning that. So it
Mm-hmm.
means something totally different. So that's why you have to have creative problem solving and get clarity of what this means to you and how you can hear it. And then I think the fourth one is responsibility to follow up if you want to actually jail, and so a person can understand your language as well as you can understand theirs. So what is your
Hmm.
take on that?
Well, it definitely seems involved. Um, I can see someone wondering, how do you master so many skills? Seems complicated, you know? How do you learn to do all, well, obviously practice, maybe training, but it seems like it would be difficult to learn how to do all those things adequately. Seems like it.
This work. What you think, Tito?
It's definitely work because it's I like to always say, well, it's true, it's a true thing. Listening and hearing is two different things. Listening, you get an understanding of what's going on. Hearing can be a noise. It's an unwanted noise. It can be anything in your background. You heard it. You heard something in your background, but you didn't necessarily understand it. But when
Right.
you listening to something and you truly listening, you get an understanding of what that thing is that's being said, or whatever the message the sender is trying to give you. Um, and it do take some time, and it takes some skills, because what I realized throughout the years for myself is, at first I thought I was a good listener, but I was kind of like a bad listener at the same time, because I call myself listening, but at the same time I'm already trying to solve your problem before I even heard everything. I heard the first part, and then now I'm not even really listening to what you're saying. I'm already trying to solve your problem, and I'm stuck on the first couple of things you said, other than letting you complete your thought and digest your thoughts that you tried to come across. And other than me asking you more questions so I can get an understanding of what you're saying, I would, like I said, I done already made my conclusion, and I could be way on over in the left field and you was over in the right, but I just went by that first couple of things you said.
Mhm.
So it do take time, and I know it can be done because I have got a lot better in my own listening skills by practicing to truly listen, try to do the body language, try to make eye contact, try to show the interest, try to encourage the person to keep talking to me. And I ask questions to get a understanding. It kind of go back to what you just said, Dr. Brian, that
Byron.
Byron, I'm sorry, but it go back to what you just said. I don't know why I said Brian, but it go back to what
Nay.
you said, um, about you can be unless you're in the same household, some words don't click, and that's why when you're listening, if you could take notes, but you don't really want to look away, you try to suck in and you kind of make a mental note, and then you go back and ask a question about what they just said and clarify. Is when you said this, did you mean this? So you can get clarity on that. And these are skills that I learned throughout the years, especially when you got to deal with junior Marines, and when you're in the military, you got people from all walks of life and from all over the United States, and words, mannerism changes depending on where you are from.
Right. So what would you think? What would y'all think? What are some of the biggest barriers in communication?
Listening.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, I was going to say patience, I suppose. Like he was saying, taking the time to wait and patiently and make sure you understand what the person is saying. Maybe ask probing questions. But impatience, I guess that would be a barrier. Like you said, you just run. You don't fully get the whole picture, but you're running. You're already moving, and you haven't taken time to really understand what the person's saying. And then just to ensure the person heard you. Sometimes you think people hear you, and they say, "When did you say that?" So yeah, at the table I said ABC. You said that to me. Yeah, you were right there. I don't remember you saying it. So yeah, just yeah, patience and just people not actually hearing what you said.
So what do you do when, I think Tito asked this question? What do you do if let me see if I have it. It's a good question. I can't pull up right here. But it's don't do it. Okay,
That's
it's not doing it.
when you working with dial-up. You can only do one thing at a time.
All right, there we go. Your question was, all right. Now, you said, yeah, communication takes two. How do you convince someone to effectively listen and not just hear? What do you think, Renee?
How do you get someone to affect the other person?
And what does it? How do you get somebody effectively listen, not just hear? So then you have to understand what's effectively listening. What does that mean?
So they're listening for the purpose of understanding.
I don't know. What's that's it? Because you asked the question. So it's effectively what's effective listening to you, Tito?
To me, effective listening is what Renee just said, listening for understanding, to get the understanding.
But they can get an understanding, but if it's not the message you send it, is that the understanding that you want them to get?
Well, isn't that what you're trying to do? You're trying to clarify that? Isn't that the point? You're trying to clarify if they are understanding what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay, to get the understanding. So how would you do that? How would you get, they hear, but they're not effectively listening?
Maybe you can get them to repeat, like, tell me, what do you hear me saying? Like, ask them, now what did I just say? Like, what do you hear me saying?
And they repeat and suppose they repeat the exact same thing you say. Johnny went to the store. You said Johnny went to the store.
Okay, so then, all right.
I would ask them to paraphrase. Don't say exactly what I said, but paraphrase what I just said. Summarize what I just said, so I can make sure you understand. See if we on the same sheet of music.
Well, you said Johnny went to the store, right?
Okay. But why did I say Johnny went to the store?
I don't know. Why did Johnny went to the store? You said it. I'm a devil's advocate. So you said it. So why did Johnny go to the store?
Mm. Yeah.
Now I'm saying some people can actually, no matter what you say,
Yeah.
they still. Some people choose not to get it
Yeah.
because they just don't want to.
Uh-huh.
So
So is that when you put the baby powder on the hand and say, what did the five fingers say to the face?
that
Yeah.
Vaseline,
Oh,
Vaseline.
Vaseline. Okay.
No. That's when you give a soap party.
Soap party.
Yeah, you know about those. You know about those.
A soap party.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What is a
They'll,
soap party?
you'll
I,
leave
I don't
you'll leave
know.
you'll,
Ask
you'll
him.
leave you'll leave put the soap in the pillow bag, and then it'll leave no bruises.
Oh, we used to call that a blanket party. You
Mhm.
mean when you cover them with a blanket and hold them down, they can't see who's hitting them?
Oh no, I'm saying they
I-
see what hit you, but you get soap in the bag. It's soap in the pillowcase.
But are they
Maybe
free to
called
move
pillow party.
around?
It's called pillow party. What's that?
They're moving around still, or
Oh,
they?
they can beat down, but you can't see the bruises. They
Oh,
turn.
okay. Yeah, I don't know about that. We used to have not we me, but we call them blanket parties where they take a blanket and throw it over you and hold the sheet down so you can't move, but you can't see where it's coming from, and they beat the sheet. Yeah.
uh,
They beat the
So I never
sheet.
heard of a soap party. Yeah.
Okay.
What's that squeaking sound?
Is that Chihuahua at it again?
Yeah, it's a Paris.
Oh,
Paris
okay.
playing with her toy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, you can hear that? Well, yeah, these microphones do pick up a lot.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
hear
But
that?
yeah. But yeah, no blanket parties for not listening. That's a bit extreme.
No, but I I said it just before. Sometimes you can. I use the analogy of adjusting the knob on the radio so you can get the right frequency, because really I think the onus is on the person who's trying to send the message. I'm trying to send a message because I want to get a pleasant sound. If I keep on adjusting it, I know the channel I'm trying to get. So maybe I got turn the radio to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I do right here, just like a tenor. I'm trying to I get it, shift it right, but it's not going. So I keep on doing it, and it's just not working. It's something you got to sit back and you got to evaluate. This thing just won't churn. It just won't turn. No matter how well you turn the knob, if the receiver is not cooperative, there's not two people trying to communicate. It's one person. It's one person trying to communicate. Because the person you can say is red all day. No, it ain't. It's it's purple. Just because the person want to be right. What do? That's when you show patience. You back up. Okay. I
Would
mean,
that
but
be?
could you could it has to be I think it has to be honest on both parts. That's why it says in the rules I said that creative problem solving, but you kind of realize there's a problem. If the one person don't think it's a problem, is not open to being wrong. See, even you going into it, you're open to learn something. But if you're always right, you'll never learn nothing. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah. You say,
yeah.
"Oh, that's your point." I hear your point, but
And when you said "but," you just negated everything you said
yeah,
before.
yeah, I see what you're saying, but because you, it's like I'm not open to being wrong. I just think that we agree disagreeably, but you really don't believe that. Sometimes you believe that the person is wrong and you right. And it's gonna be like that.
Mhm.
But I think to be effective communicators, both parties learn from the others, but you have to be open to being somewhat not necessarily wrong, but just not informed, so to speak. And so when you get the information, then you can adjust if you want to flow together. So even in a relationship, I say it like this. The book says, while you're getting, get an understanding. Now I believe that not that wisdom is knowledge rightly applied. So if you got the wisdom of if you get the wisdom about how the other person is, you act accordingly based on the wisdom or based on the knowledge, which becomes the wise thing to do. But if you act accordingly based on the knowledge that you assess, and then the goalposts get moved again, did you really obtain knowledge, or did you obtain knowledge and they just say, "I'm gonna give you something else. I'm gonna give you something else. I just won't." Sometimes people keep moving the goalposts, even when you're getting the last thing right, because they want to be right. That makes sense.
I
So,
understand. I understand what you're saying. Do you know what I do in that situation? I
take it.
stopped communicating at that point
Okay.
because after that point, after a while, it become mute because you realize that they gonna be right regardless of what you say. They gonna always feel like they're right. So you keep trying to have the same conversation. It's insanity on your part because you're not changing anything
Right.
at that point.
I agree. I think when you go full circle, it's like you go 360. Was it 365? What's full circle?
360 degrees.
Yeah, meaning that if 360 degree frequencies, right, and you adjust it, and you get back to the same place you started from, it ain't you.
Mm-hmm.
Then the most you can do is pray and work on yourself. And what you're working on, how you respond. Because when you administer a certain amount of patience and you feel like you've been more than patient, and the person is still obstinate to move, if you don't keep yourself internally in check, you may manifest some type of way. Yeah. So and I agree with you, and that's when you come to points like you administer patience, and now you did all you can do. Now you work on you. You work on being the best person you can be and responding accordingly, and still focus on you because you can't change somebody else. But what you can change is yourself, and you can change to respond in a better way, and you can't change to move forward in spite of what's not moving with you. And but that's easier said than done. Because I think in a lot of people's lives, they want the other person to walk with them, or to, I mean, even the just regular friends. You want to, well, you want to get the benefit of doubt, and you can get a benefit of doubt. And I told Paul this and said, listen, you keep hope alive, but don't invest in a lot of expectations. Because when you invest a lot of expectations, you can when you don't meet them, you crush yourself.
Yeah.
You keep hope alive because if the door is open, God always can move. But when there's no expectations there, it's less hurt. And because it's not like when you hurt, when you have expectation and you become hurt, it slows down your movement to fulfilling your purpose because you become uh, entrenched and as men, we are automatic problem solvers. We try, and when we can't, so we try to adjust. Then it's like it's stuck. We stop trying to solve the problem when we realize it's not a problem for you to solve. Then you work on you. be the best version that you can be and respond. Now, I've said this before, 99% of what happens in this world, in your life, is not what people do to you. Because people do some dog work, is how you respond. And I really believe most of the self-work that needs to take place in a lot of people's lives is themselves. Internalize. I mean, not internalizing things, but working on the inner self, the inner world, instead of the external world. Because the external world gonna be like that. But how you are with you, that's what you can change. And you see the results. You can affect other people. Don't let other people affect you.
I totally I agree with that. I actually applied that principle to a lot of parts of my life for myself, and started to practice that myself. And the more I worked on myself and got to know myself better, the better I respond to situations. Situation that usually upset me doesn't make me as upset anymore. It's like, okay, you're not gonna control my day. You're not gonna ruin my day.
Right,
I still have the power over my day, because I know I can't change you, but I can change how I respond to you.
right. You see, is interesting that we can let a situation or experience just mess about. Great day outside, about to go to the beach, and somebody can say the wrong thing. Everything shot to the moon,
Yeah.
and you can't change it.
Yeah.
Mm.
You can't change it, but you can change you. And that's what I think too. That's why I thought that when I gave you the morning meditations, because I think it gets you started in a place where you're listening to what
Hmm.
you're thinking. I kind of did a video. Think about what you're thinking about, because we don't. We hear the noise, but we don't listen to ourselves. If we don't listen to ourselves, how can we hear what he says to us?
Hmm.
Because does he not speak in a still small voice? But we hear the noise outside, and he dwells in our heart, and we're not listening. You're not listening. We can never hear. Could be so busy. You be still, and it's easy said than done. But I think when you practice just 10 minutes a day, it
Mm.
it, it makes it makes profound. You'll see a subtle change in your responding because you took time for your internal self. Your external self, yeah, but you take time for your internal self, and that's the work that a lot of people don't do. And I think
Mm.
that affects, um, like even with let me see. I believe that anxiety and depression is not necessarily a disorder, but it's you telling it's your body warning you something's wrong. And a lot of times we don't address it. We go to the doctor to get antidepressants, anxiety medicine. And does the anxiety medicine or the depression medicine does it cure anything?
Yeah.
It makes me feel so good. My wife and my daughter call it happy pills.
Yeah.
But I see until you get a grip on it, some people need it because their dopamine levels are plummeted to all time low, which makes you feel suicidal. Even though you say I never kill myself, but I feel so definitely suicidal because your dopamine levels so low. So I think it's necessary for some people to get it
you, you,
temporarily.
yeah, I totally agree with that. It's kind of like, this is my what's my whole thing about therapy, seeing a psychiatrist. I had to make up my mind myself, that I had to realize it for myself, that hey, I needed help.
Right.
The whole time I was told I need help, I was in denial. It's like a junkie or alcoholic. As long as you don't feel like you need help, everybody else is wrong. It's not. It doesn't mean anything to you. But when what's in that? We got the drink champion here, but when I decided to get
They lucky high. Go ahead.
help, no, this is a serious thing. It's when I decided to get help, that means I was applying myself. It took more than just talking. You had to find the right cocktails of medicine, and sometimes you had to go through a couple of different medicines and then the right doses
Right.
just to get it to that level where, okay, now I'm kind of on that even keel. But you also have to, you have to take it serious, and you have to do the mental exercises. You have to do what you're told. Hey, try these things. You have to learn. And I think that was part of the journey of me getting to know myself better.
Right.
Because what I realized, like I said before, the better I got to know myself, the better I am. I respond different. The better off I am mentally. Even with my PTSD, it's a little quicker recovery. It's like, okay, if I know my triggers, a lot 9 times out of 10, I'm trying to avoid that situation or going there. And you can't always control your environment, but I try to. But when I can't control my environment, I done got to a point where I know myself and know that, hey, I need to go over here. I need to sit down. I just need to get away for a little bit so I can try to calm down, smooth myself out. Sometimes it can take a couple hours, sometimes it take weeks, sometimes it take months. Sometimes I get in a funk and I'm just in a funk for a while, depending on what happened. And so it takes a mixture, but the main part is it's like truly trying to understand somebody. When we're talking about listening, you have to apply yourself.
Right.
And that's what it comes down to. So I believe in the drugs. I believe in the therapy, because for myself, I'm a living witness. I know how much I have improved.
Right.
I know how much my quality of life has got better. I know how me being better affects my family, my household.
Do they adjust the meds? Does it decrease, increase? Does it adjust it?
Yes,
Okay. Has it been decreasing or
decreasing.
okay? And see, case in point, meaning that I believe that sometimes people's anxiety, depressions are so high they can't process nothing else until they can at least mask that depression or that anxiety, so they can get information to kind of balance it out. Because it's not to be taken forever, but some people take it forever. They pop the pills and they don't care about nothing else. Some people don't even need therapy. They just, I just need a prescription, please. Prescription. Yeah. I know I get clients
some
that.
people. And I think that just come back to the personality of the person, the characteristics, because we are all wired differently. I'm more internal, so I try to work on the inner me. I feel like I have more control of my destiny myself, and that goes by how I respond. So I look towards inner. I try to draw the strength there. I try to work on me. And some people, they need the outside stimulants to help them, to drive them. And I just think it just all comes down to people personalities. Different things work for different people, like the old saying, different strokes for different folks. And what I try to do is, for myself, is I try to do the listening, the for real listening for understanding, try to sympathize with what they're saying, because I can't necessarily say I understand. I can sympathize. I can get a feeling. Sometimes we have similar things that happen to us, and I but at the same time, the same thing can happen to us, but that doesn't mean we always have the same response. So,
That's right.
and only thing I can do is comfort you to the best of my ability, like I would want someone to comfort me to the best of my ability. And when you feel like you got someone that care or so that care and truly supports you, it takes you a lot farther, because I
I,
know that was also another key thing for me in my life, and it still is having a support system around me,
that's
having,
big.
yeah, having a wife and kids that understands, having that recognize, like, hey, that can see when I'm starting to turn, or see the change, or see how things affected, having the sense enough to pull me to the side and, talk to me, or say, hey, come on, let's go, or whatever they have to do to kind of like see if they can like pull me back, and and just being there for me, and that was also part of the driving force of me originally saying I need help, because it wasn't the love for myself at first. It was the love for my family to see. It was just one day I just kind of seen, how you kind of, like people say, that out of body experience, like you looking at what's going on, but you looking at it from a different vantage point. I'm like looking at myself and I'm like, wow, that ain't that's not who I am. And I saw the hurt that I was causing my family, and I love my family, that caused me to be like, okay, I got to check myself. What do I need to do? How can I get better? You know what? Let me go talk to these. Let me go talk to these head doctors and see, because at the time it was zero defect mentality. I'm a Marine. I'm a leader of
Hmm.
Marines. I got troops that at me, look up to me. What would they think if I say I got a problem, or I'm defected, or I, especially mental health.
Hmm.
Usually when you think of mental health, people put a
Think
stigma
Butler.
on it,
Think
and
Butler.
that was a hard thing. But I can truly say, if I could turn back the wheels of time, I would have asked for help sooner, and I would never discourage anybody from going to get mental health.
It probably opened up the doors for the ones underneath you. Said, "Oh man, I've been having problems too," because they follow the leader.
Yeah.
Everybody follow the leader, and I think also what you said that it's different vantage points, and I think because you did have support around you, and you was able to see your reflection in your family, and you didn't like what you were seeing,
Mm-hmm.
it allowed you to get more reflective, and you start to see more. But everybody doesn't have that, and and some people have different type of cocktail. I'm talking about even with community and support. They have
Mm-hmm.
different things around them. I think that it should be more emphasis on while you got the medication that's helping you deal with it. It should be emphasis on the internal work because the healing takes place on the inside. Not the medication is just masking until you get to the inside.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you say, it's decreasing, but you're dealing and you're managing it, and you're seeing movement, and that's great. I think some people, and I've had clients, so I'm saying that yeah, okay, can I just get the medication? Yeah, yeah, I just need the medication. Oh no, it said as long as I get the medication, I'm good. And they like talking to me, but they need the medication.
Well, that's at the end of the day, it's kind of like how they wired.
But you could change your wire.
Yeah, you could rewire. Before I got help, you know what my medication was? Drinking myself to I don't feel anything anymore.
You numb yourself. Okay.
Yeah, I numb myself with alcohol then.
Mm.
And as long as I was drinking and I was numb, everything was all right.
But when that numb went away,
Yeah.
yeah. Then you have to deal with you.
Uh-huh.
I think with anything, that's the biggest thing we all have to deal with. And the truth of the matter, that's the biggest challenge. We can deal with everything outside of us much easier than we can deal with the man in the mirror, which is the work. I mean, I'm saying that from me point of view, the consistencies, the inconsistencies, how you respond, how I react. If I can detail my thought pattern as a man thinking, so is he. That's where the work comes from the man in the mirror. Renee, did you have to go outside and light up one? What?
What'd you say?
You can't tell if he high or not high. Look at them eyes.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, my
said,
small eyes.
He got the same expression.
Yeah, I know. I said, did he went off the screen for a second.
Oh yeah, I know why it turned off. I didn't think it would. But I was curious, at what point in your military career, because you were in it for 20 years, at what year did you realize that there was a problem?
Closer, probably about 2 to 3 years right before I got ready to retire.
Oh, okay. So you actually were you in combat?
Yes.
And that's where the source of PTSD was?
Yes.
Oh,
And
okay.
the thing is, I was recommended by the doctor for help back in 2004, 2005. I didn't get help until like 2012. The
Oh,
whole
okay.
time I just dealt with, hey, deploy, drink, let me get out of here. As long as I was in an environment where it was, put it like this. If I was back in the United States, I'm drinking. If I'm in combat, it's the rush. Everything, the skills, I'm in the right environment. That's what my brain started to be wired to. And then I had a point where I didn't deploy for years. So it was just about drinking. And that last deployment is what happened when I thought I was good because I was matching everything with the drinking for the few years. I went on that last deployment. When I came back, I was even worse and didn't realize it until I had that moment. And when I had that moment, that's when it was like, wow. See, because that period of them few years of not going caused me to think that everything was under control, not realizing it was the alcohol. I'm drinking like a fifth of Jack just about every day to
say no.
So I'm thinking, everything's cool. I noticed things, but I'm thinking everything's cool at the same time. And when ship back out and then come back, it's like it's not cool. It's not cool. I remember being asleep, and this was like 2 weeks before I got ready to leave out of Afghanistan. Sleep. All of a sudden, we start receiving IDF, indirect fire. So the first thing you had to do is you had to try to get in a hard structure because you're receiving artillery. So once the artillery stopped and you get the all clear, you sweep. So now you're looking for, okay, Are they about to try to attack or what? And I remember that last time I was laughing. I was laughing uncontrollably, and we sweeping. But I'm laughing uncontrollably. And people, the people that was coming out there to replace was kind of what the, you know what I'm saying, going on. And that was the start of like maybe something wrong with me, because it went from being scary in these situations to being, it's kind of funny.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Where things become where it's what should be scary um and not so, it's not a funny situation, but
It should be somewhat tense.
yeah, it's tense, but you're sitting there, ha ha ha, you like it doesn't even matter anymore. It you like you kind of complacent, and complacency kills.
And that's how you was feeling.
Yes.
And that affects, it's not just you either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. And that was that the it was just you with one thing, but you was in charge.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, yeah, all your people underneath you. He's like, wait. If I'm nonchalant, I'm feeling whatever. That's not the way you need to feel. You're supposed to be protected. It can did it take the edge off? You know, being somewhere like be all being alert. It's like, but laughing is like, did that take the edge off? And taking the edge off, that means you can't look out for your other brother because you laissez-faire somewhat. Was that the feeling?
It was the feeling of I really didn't care at that point.
Oh well.
Just didn't care. It didn't matter. It didn't matter at that point if I live or if I died.
What about the soldiers underneath you?
I wasn't even thinking about them, truthfully.
Was that the thing that kind of after over? Was that thing kind of you reflected and say that kind of shook you out of it? That along with your family.
Yeah, I think that was a start. And then having the experience when I came back that happened with my family that I saw, because they was, truthfully, it became a point where they were scared of me.
Right.
Didn't know how to take me. You know, everything, it was, my responses was different. Everything is life and death. Short fuse.
Eggshells.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, exactly. Like them walking on eggshells. It was like, hey, the speed limit 35. I got to do 65. You know, just rush. Don't want to be around. Don't want to be out in public. Just, but it was more or less the family walking on eggshell and just seeing the distress when I saw it for that one time for myself, like out of body, like I call it an out of body experience. That was the thing that kind of like opened my eyes, because these are the people that I love.
Right.
And how can I treat the people I love like this if I say I love them? And that's what
That's
what
big.
mm-hmm. And that's what I said.
Can you imagine how many, even you had that wake up call? Can you imagine how many people don't get that and they plummet?
Well, that's why I always say I never judge. I
Right.
never judge. You know,
Right.
I try to understand and get a true understanding, but I never judge, because I can't, because at the same time, some people probably thought I was all right, and then some people probably thought I was crazy. So I can sympathize in them areas. And I remember at first when I first started seeing a psychiatrist, it was like I just want to be normal,
Mhm.
because I didn't feel normal. I didn't know what normal was anymore. So I had to I had to try, because I was like, if I'm gonna do this, I have to try. That's like me going to see a doctor and I tell him my symptoms and he say, okay, I think it's this. We're gonna run some tests. But I'm telling him, no, like, no, doctor, that ain't it. I'm telling him what, I have to truly listen and have to try what you're
Right.
telling me. You are the expert. So that's the way I looked at it, is I gotta try. And I thank God that he had that in my heart to try, because when I started to try it, I can see little things, and then seeing them little things, it's kind of like faith. Seeing them little things make it grows a little bit more. So you want to try a little bit more. You want to try a little bit harder. And I started to see the improvements, and I know the improvements today. Yeah, it's you know every day is not a good day, but I can see and I know where I came from. The I know the improvements that has been made, and that right there give me even more hope each and every day. I would say I would say I'm 80 to 90% better than what I was, and it feels good, and to feel that way, and also see the difference of my family dynamics,
That's
and
good.
at the same time, my wife was pregnant with our last child, and that was part of the thing, and it's like, dude, how can I, you know what I mean? I didn't want that environment. And
And you're gonna be there for this one.
yeah,
And I mean more involved because you ain't Marine no more. Well,
yeah,
always Marine, but not in service. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And truthfully, having that little girl was one of the best things, because I had to I had to do better and be better for her, because when my wife went back to work, guess what? I was the one that little girl depended on to make sure her diapers was changed. She was fed, she was taken care of, and that helped me in a lot of ways also, because I knew if I didn't get it together and I didn't keep myself together, it'll affect her.
Mm-hmm.
And love is a very powerful thing.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Wow. What was you in the Marines? Were you in like a recon?
No,
Oh, what division were you in, or what was your job title?
most of my job title, for my last few years, I was with aviation.
Oh, aviation. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and the thing is that Marine Corps, we only has 177,000 strong on a normal. We plussed up to 200 and some for because we had two wars going on. But well, Marines are not like normal, like are not like Army. We're not like Air Force. We're not like Navy. Every Marine is considered a basic rifleman first. Every Marine unit, we don't have where this is what you do, and this is the only thing you have to do. You still have security. You still have to man outposts. You still have to do these. You still have to do a lot of things. And and with that being said, it's you don't have one job. Rifleman is always first. So you can be the guy that gotta fix that aircraft this hour, but then the next hour you the guy that's in that pillbox, or you in that fighting position, man in that fighting position, or you running, or you at a, ECP or entry control point, manning the entry control point, and you dealing with the locals, taking IDs and waving them through sensitive areas, and you like, okay, is this the one? Is this the suicide bomber? You know what I mean? Is this the guy that's gonna end it for me this day or that day? And it's just them. A lot of them uncertainties can get you. You know, I remember one day I was up on a hill and I was looking down, and we had these telescopes. And I'm looking through the telescope, seeing these group of guys get out the van, go up in this house. They all got AKs, and then you plan in your mind. You can't do anything because you see somebody with a weapon, and you just and you're like, okay, is these the guys that's whatever's going to happen tonight? Is these the ones? And you just see it. You ever heard the term ROE?
ROE. No.
Rules of engagement.
Okay.
Okay. Rules of engagement depends on where you at and what it is. Okay. The rules might say, hey, if you receive fire, you cannot shoot unless you know who's shooting at you, where is it coming from. So sometimes you can receive fire, but if you can't pinpoint who's who, you can't shoot back.
Wow. Yeah.
And a lot of stuff, like with the when it came down to like different things like IDF, that people are smart. People might think that these people in these third world countries, they behind and all of this. These people are a lot smarter than you think you are. You never underestimate your enemy. But it would be stuff like you take a whole artillery shell, you put a block of ice between that and the primer. You can be gone for hours. When that ice melt, that shell drops, it hit that primer, it shoots out. Guess what? By the time your tracking system trace where that round coming from, and you sending artillery that way, them people are long gone.
Wow.
Use what you got. And so with that, I mean, barriers of communication are just as important on the field, in relationships, and more importantly, with yourself. I think communication, if you're lying to yourself, that's the ultimate lie. Because if you lie to yourself, you'll never get help. Like you said, Tito, so one time you lying to yourself until you realize when God shed light on that lie, so wait a minute, this is going to mess up everything, and a lie can destroy. And we always think about lie destroying everything outside, but we don't realize that we're the bomb. And the lie is just a fuse. And when it implodes in us, it explodes on everybody else. And generally it explodes on the people that are close to us. It's just that So the communication, I think the biggest communication barrier is a communication barrier with ourselves at times. That's why it's always listen, even when you're here. Yeah. So we're gonna let Renee go ahead and smoke the rest of this joint. Oh,
Look at them eyes. He that. He smoking the more, he gonna fall asleep.
My eyes are small, so all the wisdom goes in it, doesn't leak out.
Renee, you
So
couple
you
times you had
listen
your
to
eyes
eyes?
closed.
Huh?
Couple times you like to.
I got a question. With that statement you just said, so you say you listen with your eyes and not with your ears?
No, I said that I have small eyes, so the wisdom, it goes in, but it doesn't leak out.
Okay.
I
I need something that you got.
You
I can definitely see how that be. I remember I was a civilian employee at Fort Bragg, and after every deployment, when they came back, they would have a rash or a slew of soldiers like killing their wives or beating their spouses to death. It was almost like a epidemic almost. And I think back then maybe they didn't fully understand what was going on. This was like the 1990s, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's when they started doing more research. I don't know exactly when, but like really determining, hey, there's something going on here. Because these guys are coming back and they're like, losing it.
You stick it back in civilian life, and they've been trained in war.
Yeah.
And so therefore every noise becomes a threat to the safety of their camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, World War I, II, Vietnam, they called it shell shock, and it's the same thing.
Yeah, I gave a ride to a woman, and she was like 8 months pregnant. And she said her husband to get the $35 off the dresser. She said she came out. She's like, I didn't find it. It's not in here. And he was like, look, it's in there. You need to find. And she said, no, I don't know where it is. She's 8 months pregnant. And she said he grabbed her, threw her in the back of the car, like mounted her, and just started beating her. Started beating her, and she's like, I don't know what's going on, what's happening. And he just started beating her, and she said, they got in the car. She's trying to figure out, what's going, and they just started driving. And she said, she asked him, where are we going? And he was like, it doesn't matter because you're gonna die. I'm gonna kill you. And just. It was just crazy, but he went to, what was the last one? Not Afghanistan. I think it was Iraq. So I think he fought in Iraq. Well, but he hadn't been diagnosed yet.
Iraq and Afghanistan going on at the same time.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah.
It's like 16 years.
Yeah. So, and he hadn't been diagnosed yet. And I said to her, do you think? And she was like, yeah, I think he has, PTSD. But I'm just saying, she said it was just like, all she said was like, well, I don't know where it is. And he like just snapped, and like tried to, yeah. So I can see what you're saying.
How'd she get out?
She said he just started driving north, and she was driving. He was like, where are we going? We're in doesn't matter. You're going to die. I'm going to kill you, So they run out of gas. He stopped at a gas station, and she said he went to pay gas, and she jumped out the car and ran to the clerk, whatever, was like, help me. My husband's trying to kill me. And she said that he would like he had like this dude-like personality where she said if you met him, you would never think about it because he's so well spoken, totally. And she said the she went to cashier. He was like, "Hey, my wife, she's flipped," and the way she said he's so smooth and calm and so well spoken that the clerk was kind of like believing him, like, oh, he was like, oh, she's pregnant. So the clerk was like, she's like, no, he's trying to kill me, and the clerk was like ready to let them like leave. And then she said, the clerk said, well, listen, let's just wait for the police to get here and let them sort it out. And she said that's when he got in the car and just drove and left her there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the cops was coming.
Yeah. It was pretty crazy. And when I picked her up, she was actually I was taking her somewhere, someone who agreed to, in a sense, let her like stay with her and like hide from him. She said that she couldn't go home because she was afraid he was going to kill her. Yeah. It was pretty, and she's 8 months pregnant.
Well, in his
Yeah.
mind, he not even looking at the pregnancy. Everybody have a different degree. Some people worse than others, and some people experience are different. And
Everybody got a different demon.
yeah, and it's a shame a lot of times that you don't know until your family say something, and then if you in denial, you know what I mean? It's one of them things that if you in denial, like for myself being in denial, I'm all right, just because I drink this and to numb my pain, I'm all right. I'm in control. But you may not be in control. It's like I can even use I know some days, even today being retired, I can get up, roll out of bed. My wife like, you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. But she's looking at how I'm walking, how I'm moving around.
Mm-hmm.
The injuries, being hurt, and, just the wear and tear that's on the body from being in the military. So, sometimes you get so used to it that it's your norm, but it's not normal.
Mm-hmm. Is PTSD something that eventually heals and go away, or is it something that it just sticks with you for the rest of your life, or
I, I don't know. I can only speak for myself. I know I am better. Um, I know I have came a long way. And I think my psychiatrist was the thing that she said. She said one thing for me that she said, I won't try to get rid of your experiences
Right.
and change you, but I can help you cope.
Right.
With
That's what it's about. Experiences made you.
Yeah. So with that being said, I don't think you get rid of it. I think you just learn how to deal.
Right.
It's like me. I know how to deal. I know majority of my triggers. I know that now I can go out a little bit more than I used to. I used to didn't like to go out. I used to didn't want to be around anyone. I felt safer in my house. I felt safer if I got one of my weapons with me. Now I can go out a little bit more. I don't always have to have my weapon on me to go out, and I can do things more normal. But being watchful, that's there. That's something that I won't get rid of. Paying attention to my surroundings.
I think it's gradual merging. A gradual merging into the trauma allows you to deal with it, but it has to be gradual. As it surfaces, you face it inch by inch to what you can deal with, and then I think that's how you. like no, I did. I don't know if you saw the video before. Did a video about thinking about forgiveness or just dealing with different levels, and you keep going higher and higher, and the trauma or the situation doesn't go away. You just don't want that situation or the trauma to control your present, which
Mhm.
dictates your future. Meaning that you still have it there, like you want it's still there because it kind of makes you, but you don't
Mhm.
want that ink to be the heaviest thing on your page.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes
but
sense.
it takes a while to kind of, the merging, like, and you're moving there. Everybody, yeah, you're moving, and that's great. And because you're observant, and I think with the medicated whatever, I think the most the biggest work that needs to be done is not with your brain, it's with your mind. Your brain, your brain, your mind uses your brain, and that's in and out of you. Is mind management. And a lot of people don't know, and that's the work because it's consistency and the repetition allows for to create to rewire. And the older we get, the wire's kind of stuck. The wire's
Mhm.
not quite before 35. It's easier to rewire than after that, but still can be rewired. Sometimes it can move quicker. You're younger, when you're older, it may take a little while, but still can be moved. And by the levels of movement and improvement, you prove that you can change. Because you can change if you choose to. And it doesn't go without work though. It doesn't go without work.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
All right, people think Phil texting me saying, "You sleep." I ain't sleep. That's him.
You pointed the wrong way. You are asleep. You pointed the wrong way.
Is a contact high?
He hanging out with Phil, hanging out with Renee.
It's virtual. Yeah. Renee,
You
you
are.
need
Admit
to come
it.
on some props.
Yeah, what y'all doing? An
Mhm.
up and smoke tour?
Yeah. Cheeks and Jones back together again.
Oh yeah.
But you know what? As small as my eyes are, I have great peripheral vision.
You
I can
you have
see.
no choice.
Yeah, my eyes have adjusted over the many centuries. They've
But you,
adjusted.
but you a bat?
Uh,
Hmm?
You a bat?
I can see it all. See what I'm saying? I can see the curtain right there. I can see the door. But see, yeah. Don't let these little eyes fool you.
uh,
uh, once again.
he, he keep trying to bump.
Ah,
Hey, little girl, want the candy? Well,
Never
yeah, I
mind that
think
lady that's on the butterscotch, huh?
what's it?
oh boy. Ah, oh
Okay, so
wow.
I may do the other one. I got another one on communication. They pull that up next week
Okay.
and modify that one. I think that may be a good one.
Yeah.
Any more suggestions, y'all? Put them in the comment, not the chat. I think what happens is that the chat lasts for a day. When I looked it up last time,
Hmm.
the replay of the chat, it'll last for a day, and then it doesn't surface anymore.
Okay. But I
Uh,
did
okay.
text you after we got off last week. Did you get my text of what the subject was? I text your phone. Look now you're looking crazy.
No. Phil just text me something.
Okay.
See your email for inventory. You got another number to your direct link. No, that's not
I
you.
don't think he got the text.
Hey, it was mental roadblocks. Remember, we was trying to think of what I last week.
Yeah,
My,
I'm trying to see if I find your text.
oh my goodness.
Error. This message was
You
not
gonna go through
successful.
all those texts?
No, no
You probably
mental
got a
roadblock.
thousand texts.
No.
That would be probably why I didn't get a response from you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
but
never read it.
let me see. Hey, can you let me see if you? I'm sending you one now. You got it?
Is it? Hold on. Nope. This earlier. No, I haven't got.
It said, "Hey."
Nope.
Oh, you must got other numbers.
No, I only got one number.
Let me see. What is it? Let me see. Is it?
Oh, I see. Yeah, if he texts you, your number comes up, then the text should be right there in the memory.
Refresh.
I didn't.
See, get your face on here.
Well,
So
I
it's
haven't even seen
you.
the text.
Edit contacts. Let me see. It's 252-289.
Don't call my number online.
779. It's 252 area code, right?
Yeah. The last text I got from you was today. It said, "Here's the direct link."
Yeah. It's delayed.
And this was at 8:40.
Yeah, and I just said, hey. I just sent something say, hey. You probably get it tomorrow. You probably get that tomorrow.
That's
Really?
right. Yeah, he's on dial up. He's trying to use his phone and the internet. His internet probably tethered to his phone right now.
Well,
Wow.
Everybody's not fortunate to get Uncle Sam's pitch and it still work. I tell you.
Hey.
And there was silence in Jerusalem.
But hey,
I'm
okay,
just a nobody trying to tell heaven.
Hey, listen. Question though, since you sent me at 8:40, if you go back up to where you sent me at 4:15, did you get the Roger that from me?
I did, but it's like it's on another number.
Okay. Now
I get
now if you got that from me, go on up to last Wednesday.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was saying he could go up. Yeah.
No, I think it's different sessions. You know, like yeah, it's different sessions. I got it now. How to deal with mental roadblocks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's by my name, right? Do you have my name right with the right number?
No, it's Williamson.
Who?
Williamson.
Oh, you got me by my last name.
No. You got two different. Okay.
Listen,
I got a long trend of this one, and this one I use. But I got on I got another Tito in here, and there's I think maybe a different number. But yeah, I got it. How to deal with mental roadblocks.
Yeah, I only have one number.
No, okay, I know. I'm aware of that. I'm just saying maybe.
If you got a different number now, you did that. I didn't put my number in your phone.
It's Michael's brother.
Oh, so you send it.
Renee, can I get an amen on that?
Amen.
Yeah.
He's sending it to the wrong Tito.
That's right.
He's sleepwalking.
Right.
No. I'm awake. Amen. You send it to the wrong Tito.
That's right.
Michael's brother.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah. Okay. So that's the right. I guess that's the right number then.
Yeah, no, that's the right one. I got it. Yeah,
you got it.
It came. Yeah, it came. Now,
okay.
You could put that in the comment section.
Well, when we got off last week, I said when I think about it, I sent it to you in a text. I said I'll probably think about it after we get off the phone. I did say that.
I like that one though.
Yeah.
I like that one.
What's that? Oh, the mental robot. Oh, okay.
Because something causes mental roadblocks.
Yeah.
Mental roadblocks to purpose or destination or just
mental roadblocks. Period.
Because you're real broad.
Yeah, I mean, you the expert. You can start breaking it down. You can.
It's general. It's general. It's a specific issue. A roadblock. I'm having mental roadblocks in doing
Well, well, for myself, I kind of see it
Relations?
as no, no, they got blue pills for that. The the, the, the
Just some mask. Just some mask. Go ahead.
this is what I see. When I say mental roadblocks, um, um, it can be with anything, because if you start shutting down mentally, or you get in your own head and you're drinking your own Kool-Aid, and the Kool-Aid might not be sweet. You know what I mean? You're kind of blocking out. It's kind of like having a conversation and a person just hearing, not listening. Your
Right.
mental roadblock, you're just hearing, you're not listening at that point. How do
That's
you
true.
get past the mental roadblock that holds you up? And it can relate to anything. How do
I
you
know.
get past? You know, maybe you was abused as a child and something come up, boom, that mental roadblock of you being abused, like, stop you right there. So yes, it can be broad, but how do you deal with any
How do you
kind
deal
of,
with the mental roadblocks prevent you from getting beyond trauma?
that can be it. And
Because
you can do trauma, you can do other things.
yeah, I'm trying,
Um,
because it's broad. I mean,
yeah, it
so
is broad. Okay, let's do how to get past mental roadblocks when it got to do with trust issues from past relationships.
that's forgiveness.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
because that can be a relationship with your parents. That can be a relationship with a significant other. That could, you know what I mean? A friend. How do you get past these mental roadblocks?
Yeah, that's dealing with forgiveness. But okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that's a good one though. I can modify another one. I got another one like that. Yeah, because really at the core of it is do you let go? Yeah, that's a good one. How do you
Hmm.
get past mental to move further in relationship that's been damaged?
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you get beyond that point? What's stopping you from getting further? That's good.
Yes. 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 I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to help myself and help other people too.
Help me to help you so we can help others.
Yeah. 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 That's, I always say, I try to be as forward and open as possible, because you never know. Maybe
Right.
you help, your questions can help somebody else, because some
That,
people are afraid to ask the question. Kind of like me at first, afraid of getting help. But now, since I have received help and I'm continue to have help, I look at things differently. And that's something I wouldn't, if anyone come to me with any kind of mental or anything's going on, I wouldn't be afraid to open up, and
that helps you.
just help, because it's about helping others. And the more honest I be with them, the more honest I am with myself.
Right.
And
The more
it,
you help somebody, yeah.
yeah, and sometimes we don't want to be transparent, but at the same time, we if we really want to help somebody, we kind of have to be.
Yeah. You know remove you know who is the most transparent on this panel. And she didn't come tonight.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the reason you didn't have to beep 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 beep. You just-
I got I gotta put this disclaimer. I said, listen, all my features, anybody can watch it, but my lives, you know, they get involved because Paul says, listen, I'm gonna get what I can get. I can't get mad at her. And it's a free for all. So I let it rip because hey, she feels free and she gets help, and that's what it's about to me.
Yeah. She get to express herself,
Right.
and she don't need to have all that bottled up, or we'll be seeing her on the news or something.
Yeah, pretty much. And she was doing the spaceship is shipping off tonight. Rocket X.
Okay.
You know who's not Tesla.
Virgin Mobile, right?
I
Or
think
is
so. Yeah. So
it's
she
either him or either what's the Amazon guy? Him, the Amazon guy, and then what's the guy? Tesla.
Yeah, one of them. Rocket
Yeah.
X is going up, and she's like I think she videoing it doing something. Clip.
Okay.
She said she would come on late, but I guess she got caught up with that.
Okay.
So,
it's 11 o'clock.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I wasn't there. He outside again.
I don't know. Maybe he closed his eyes. I don't know. I'll worry
He
about
do
it.
have small eyes, but sometimes his eyes are closed though. He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
His eyes are closed. You can tell when his eyes are open, but and a lot of times they wasn't open. But he gets up better, so I get it.
Yeah, my lamp keep going off in this room because all my lamps are set up to go off at 11 o'clock. That give me a time like, oh, okay.
A hard close.
Like this.
Yeah. And so, yes, I was be. I can give it. Am I make 4:30 this morning? Probably be 5.
I'm blessed. I'm off tomorrow, so
yeah,
it's a federal holiday. I'm blessed, so I'm happy to have that day off.
Even if you wasn't go off tomorrow, you still getting paid. So,
yeah.
You can put the notice in and say, "Deuces, we going to Disney."
Yeah. But you know what? Working is such a therapy too. At the same time,
it is.
It's such a therapy, and I really enjoy what I do. So that's always a plus.
And then they give you a donation every 2 weeks.
Yep, every 14 days, like clockwork. so it's always a plus. But I really enjoy working. I really enjoy what I do, and it helped keep me going. Like I was telling y'all last week, the reading and have to be technical and then able to go turn a wrench to get physical, that really helps out a lot because I'm not just training myself mentally, but also I'm not just out there, breaking a big rock into a little rock. Well, I'm physical all the time. Either it has that balance.
It's mind-body connection. It works.
Yeah.
That's why I can't wait till I start by doing the dojo. So it helps mind-body connection. So you just moving it. It's a synergy. As a man think it's so see me that your body kind of moves based on your mind. Your mind, they work in harmony. It's just that people disconnected. As the better you feel, the better you think.
Yeah.
And better think, better you feel. Why people try to separate both of them? That's why you do calisthenics, like even when you do PT, that's all. Even though it's physical, but it's really mental.
Oh yeah,
it's get the blood flowing. It gets you up and awake.
It's the weakness leaving your body. Pain, right. The weakness leaving your body.
Weakness leaving your body.
Yeah, but my body broken now. It hurts.
And like I do it. I try to.
Oh, there you go. He's back from smoking. Look at it.
I try to do a cold shower early in the morning time because what it does, the ice it gives you dopamine flood. I do that, then I take a hot shower, but I do it the first 10, 20 seconds. I have totally cold.
Jeez.
Yeah. So that can it shocks you up. It stimulates the dopamine levels. it gets things percolated. Then
I trust you on that, but I'm not taking a cold shower.
A cold shower doesn't sound pleasant at all. I have done them before.
It's not. It's not.
Okay. It says not meant to be, huh?
No, it's meant to. It does. It kind of stimulates. And I do like probably about 10 seconds, 10, 20 seconds just to get things open. Then I cut on hotness.
You know what's cold? North Carolina in the field, and you got to take a canteen shower. That's cold. And when you do that a few times, they hit the hot spots for you. Necessarily not the most stinky, the funkiest person out there in the field. Yeah, it'll wake you up.
I'm quite sure.
He said he's not gonna try that either.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try that either. I take your word for it.
Yeah, like I take your word for that cold shower. Did not done that in the field. As long as I can turn on the shower, the hot water heater working. Guess what? I'm taking a hot shower. It might be hot enough to burn the black off me.
then you need a medic. All right.
You don't need a medic for first degree. Second degree, you might.
But if you burn the black off, you're gonna need a medic.
No, that would be the epidermis layer. That's the outer layer. That's the other thing. That's where the color at.
Okay, valid. No, but then you pink.
Then I can be like Mike.
Well, pink lives matter.
Mike did.
Well, he changed colors before he went.
All right, people. I'm gonna sign off because I got we both can't get up. He wide. He gonna get off Renee. He gonna get off this line and look at Netflix. he gonna start looking at Disney Plus. He ain't gonna even work tomorrow. He gonna look at Disney Plus. Say, man, I'm gonna catch up on Loki and Scarlet Witch.
Living a good life, hey.
Shoot, I'm trying to figure out where Renee got the good stuff while his eyes always low. Hell, that's what
I'm high on the Holy Ghost.
Yeah, but I know, Renee, somehow your eyes were closed. And you like
not like that. I mean, every now and then I might, but you know how you close your eyes and you're thinking, you're like,
yeah, but you got real close to the camera, close your eyes like.
Hey,
I was thinking.
Hey,
I was thinking.
Just go ahead and throw your CPAP machine on and call it a night.
Some people think with their eyes closed. But anyway.
CPAP. He missed that one, Tito.
No, I heard it. I heard the CPAP. I heard him. I don't have a CPAP machine.
All right, people. I like the mental roadblocks relationships, but what was I gonna say? I forgot. Past hurts. Mental roadblocks.
Yeah. You know what? If I could have what's in your cup and what he smoked, I'd be good right now.
You can't have it. I'm high on Jesus.
Hey, Renee. Yeah. What you got and what I got and what's in his medicine cabinet. Crushed up. I mean, your daughter already said it's happy pills.
No, nobody needs to be that happy.
Oh, you the one said something? You said something? Look at your eyes, bro. Nobody need to be that happy.
I'm gonna start wearing shades. You know what? I'm gonna start wearing shades.
No, do like Phil when he come on through the bobbleheads.
Yeah.
Oh no! Put your dog up there on the screen.
Yeah. Don't
dogs.
forget
Where
the
my
Visine. It
where
keeps
my
the red
dogs
out.
at?
See, that's even worse.
You can't
That
see
makes you
my
look
eyes.
like you're doing something wrong because you're in the house with shades on.
That's the new in thing.
Hey, SA.
See, my eyes don't look small.
Hey, SA.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell if my eyes are open or closed. See, so this is gonna be the new look for me.
Okay.
Yeah. As you
Okay,
pull up in your
RoboCop.
van. As you pull up in his van.
Yeah.
Wait, I see. It's a two-edged sword. You want some candy? Hey, little boy. You want some candy? What's happening?
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God!
Got some butterscotch for you.
Let's put the disclaimer out there. No one uses drugs. No one. I put it out there for us. No one use drugs. It's only joking.
Yeah.
Hey, kid, where's your mom at?
Come on,
Is that your mom over there? Hey, mommy, there's a man outside saying he want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Hey, mama, let me talk to you for a minute. Come on over here. Go back inside the house, little boy. Come here, mom. Let me stop. I'm going too far. Anyway, but yeah.
Ooh, that woke me up. That woke me up.
You done knocked him sober.
These glasses cost like $27, $28.
So you come.
Why they cost so much?
They're special. They block out
the blue block
out.
Oh,
yeah, some type of I forgot what they call, but they block out some type of light. It was when I was going to the beach in Florida. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
You get those at Walmart too?
Yeah, I got those at Walmart.
I got the 3-pack. The blue blockers, the ultra. It's like 3-pack at Walmart.
They're good glasses, don't you think? Hey, you got my money? You got my money? What's this? $100? Are you crazy? You got it for 4 hours. Oh, you got $100? No, sorry. I'm gonna stop right now. But yeah.
Yeah.
All we need is Paul.
Oh no. Paula's probably good asleep right now.
Can you imagine what Paula say to Renee?
Oh Lord. I don't think it would be edited.
I don't think I know if she was on and she was gonna say something to Renee, I'd be hearing beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, I know. But it would be funny though.
It would be.
It would be funny. It'd be full of color. No pun intended. All right, people. I'm gonna do my clothes off now. I'm looking at the mental. And before we forget, make sure you go in the comment section and give me a thumbs up and write some more comments for me. That helps. Not the chat, the comments.
10-4. 10-4.
Oh, okay. You already said.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You gentlemen have a good night.
All right.
All right.
You about to make some popcorn.
Yeah. I'm gonna do something.
Man, you married.
Now you gonna sleep late.
Yeah, I am. Hopefully, my wife. Oh man, my daughter out of school tomorrow. My wife got to work, so hopefully she don't wake me up with her getting up, getting ready for work, and hopefully my daughter don't get up real early and be telling my daddy she
Want
ready
some
to eat.
pancakes?
Yeah.
You're not allowed to pretend like you didn't hear anything. That's
Nah,
against the rules. That don't work, huh?
You
nah,
better go get
not with mine.
You better go get that frosted flakes. I told you, put the frosted flakes. Eat the frosted flakes and look at Tiny Toons.
Frosted Flakes. That's not healthy cereal.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, we supposed to be eating healthy food? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Captain Crunch is healthy.
Oh, the peanut butter crunches are really, really healthy. Got
Listen,
protein.
Captain Crunch and bacon is proof that God wants man to be happy.
Oh, the swine?
Mm-hmm.
I use
Captain Crunch is a box of happiness.
Is that before you smoke or after you smoke?
During. Yeah. Say, hey, you want some Captain Crunch?
Well,
hey, you want some Captain Crunch? There you go. What does that say? United States Marine Corps.
Yeah. Today
That's a big clock, man.
Yeah, it can light up too. I don't have it plugged in, but today is the Marine Corps birthday, November 10th. The Marine Corps is 246 years old as of today.
Hoorah. Really?
Hoorah!
It started in 1821.
1775. November 10th, 1775.
1775.
Yes.
To 1875, 100 years. Wouldn't it be 2075? Be 200 years?
Huh?
You said it was 200 years old? How old is it?
246.
Oh, 246. Oh, wow. Really? Oh,
and
man.
Kids, this is why you don't use drugs.
How old is the Army?
I don't know.
Who came first? The Army? Army came before everybody, right?
I'm not. No.
Coast Guard.
No, Coast Guard is. Oh, I would think back when we were fighting the British, didn't we use an army?
We had Marines there too. We was actually, if you think about it, 1775, we was actually the Continental Congress signed us in to become the United States Marines. I don't remember if the Army is older or around about the same time. It was around about the same time. I don't remember the Army's birthday, but
okay.
But 1775, November 10th, 1775 is when is the Marine Corps birthday. When the Continental Congress signed us into activation.
Oh wow, cool.
Tavern, Pennsylvania.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
All hearts and minds clear.
Hoorah!
Right.
It's hoorah for the Marines.
I say hoorah.
Oh, I thought you said hoorah or something. I don't know.
Hoorah. Hoorah.
Yeah. Who says ski-wee?
Words. Slow down on the cup.
Who says ski-wee? What branch of military say ski-wee?
I have no idea.
Somebody says ski-wee. I don't know.
Alpha count for Alpha. AKA.
Oh, that's the AKAs. Oh, okay. I got it. AKA say ski-wee. Okay.
It's a female Greek fraternity.
He knows AKAs. You know AKAs, don't you?
Who?
Oh, you. Oh, maybe not. No, you never heard of AKAs?
I heard of them, but
I don't.
If it got to do with alphabets, I don't mess with them. I
Okay.
grew up in the hood. FDIDA. It's certain like it's like nope.
The alphabet you mess with, huh?
Yeah. Nope.
Well, at any rate, all right, everyone. Have a wonderful evening.
All right. Have a good one.
And for the veterans, I don't know how many people are veterans. Happy Veterans Day tomorrow. We celebrate.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I should get good fares tomorrow, I would think. No, because there'll be a lot of people that get a lot of fares. Probably a lot of people out, I would think.
Oh, yeah. This should be good money time anyway, because, I mean, if you think about it, it's clicking a ticket, it's arrive alive, and all of that. So the holiday season. So if people are smart, they would be getting a lot of rides other than trying to drink and drive, which I
right, yeah.
So
yeah, exactly, yeah.
This click a ticket was the other one. A lot of what?
Arrive alive. It got to do with drinking and driving.
Yeah,
I've heard that one. Okay.
Yeah,
I've heard that one.
Yeah,
okay.
This is the season where they usually look for a lot of that. You have a lot of your roadblocks and stuff like that because this time of year, the holiday,
it's creeping up. You right?
Yeah. Two big holidays back to back: Thanksgiving, then Christmas. Well, three, because then you got New Year's coming in.
And in light of us not really having it last year, it should be big.
Right.
Yeah. I know. I'm gonna do the same thing I did last Christmas. Watch my daughter play. This is what I always wanted. As long as I hear that, I'm good.
What about the other ones? What about the other older ones?
Money again. Hey, you become a certain age, you get written out. You don't get as much.
You give them a copy of a card. One card, you just copy it, and everybody else. and put it. You send them an e-card.
That kind of sounds funny. Last week, my oldest daughter was in town, and I went and I brought my youngest daughter a coffee cup, and she said, "I still like gifts too, Dad." I said, "Well, your husband over there, I don't want to overstep my boundaries." So I got your sister a coffee cup because she liked to drink cocoa, and she have cups, but she have the vacuum seal ones, and it keeps the cocoa real hot. And she wanted to cool down some, so I said, "Let me get you a regular coffee mug where the top is open and it's not as insulated." So that was the purpose. But my oldest daughter wanted a coffee cup too, I guess. So
Did you get
I think that was a very thoughtful gift.
Did you get her one?
No, I didn't get her one. So that'd be a nice gift for Christmas. I got you. Nah, I wouldn't do it like that. She got a lot going on, and I don't know. I'm trying to think of what I'm gonna get her for graduation because she graduated the 17th of December with her BSN from ECU. So I gotta think of what I'm gonna get her for her graduation.
This one to get married,
awesome.
Right?
Huh?
This one to get married, right?
Yes, the one that just got married in May.
Oh, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to show your son-in-law your Marine gun?
No, he been knowing me long enough to know that a little.
You're stern but fair.
Yeah, I'm stern but fair.
This has always been my rule.
This has always been my rule.
Did you get a gun?
This has always been my rule. 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 This has always b keep your hands off my daughter, especially when they was younger. In all ways, and we good. I don't care about you having a disagreement, but keep your hands to yourself. Good. He's a good kid. Well, young man. I can't call him a kid. I mean, he in his he in his early 20s. He's like, I think her husband's 24. She just turned 23 this
Yeah, they kids.
the Monday. Yeah. So they kids, but well, I can't say, but they're kids. They're young. He's in his second year of teaching. He taught his first year in Virginia, 8th graders. Now he teaching Raleigh. It's either a private school or a charter school.
He's doing Teach America. He must be doing Teach America.
What you mean?
Teach
No, I
America.
think he's teaching public schools, right?
But he's in Virginia and they're teaching Raleigh.
Yeah, he got it. At first he wanted to work. He's a biology major. He was a biology major. So he wanted to work in a lab, but none of the labs was hiring at the time, and he put in for a teaching job. So in Virginia, he accepted a job in Virginia like almost 2 years ago to teach there. He teach 8th graders earth science, and he teach science now. But I know when I talked to him Monday, he was talking about another trying to get with another lab because he want to do like pathologies and stuff like that. And my daughter this December graduated with her BSN. She already accepted a job at Wake Medical up in Cary, and she got to do so many more hours before she can go back so she can get her nurse practitioner's license.
Oh,
yeah,
oh, nice.
Yeah,
and they got married. That's cool.
Yep.
You guys must have taught them the value of marriage, especially at that young age. I meet people that age, and usually I met one today, and she was like, "Nah, I'm not really into that whole marriage thing." So yeah,
I'm old fashioned. My wife old fashioned, and we have Christian values. I may joke about some things, but do have Christian values. I'm more try to be straight and narrow than I am wilding out. Wilding out is just a joking thing I do, and it's the foundation. You can't take away from that. Family foundation. I really feel like that right there part of being married, and you want to have sex, you want to have kids. I really feel like that you need to try to be married, find the right person, be married, and then that's how you move forward. Because I feel like, I know a single parent can do it, but I know it's better with two parents, and to try to teach that, because a child really need both. And and I'm not taking away. I don't want nobody coming on later talking about I'm taking away from single parents. I don't have no problem with single parent, but watching and experience, I know two parents. A lot of times it helps because you got both perspective.
Right.
You got a woman raising a man. Yeah, she can raise a nice man. He can be a man, but it's certain things, but
you can't teach a man.
Yeah, and vice versa. A man can't teach the woman, everything, because we wired differently. We can teach them things, but it's our ideal of what them things are.
But the thing is that even though we can teach the girl everything, we have more access to women who can, versus, without any other strings, versus the woman having access to a lot of men without strings.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's a coach or as a teacher or a pastor or something like that. We can go to mama, and we can go to mama, aunties. I mean, it's more women than men, and so I mean, we have more access to other people to assist us. And besides, if you're a single man, you raise a girl, you won't get a lot of help because it's gonna be someone gonna try to get with you, and then it's gonna be mothers of the church, or it's gonna be your aunts. I'm gonna help you out.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that because I know if I was a single parent trying to raise a girl, I would have a very difficult time.
Yeah, I think.
I do not know how to do hair. I
Oh, I
I don't, just basic things, and then getting an understanding. I don't want my daughter acting like me, not just like me, because she's
right,
not a guy. I act like a guy,
right.
and
Yeah, you have more help. Yeah, women have it harder because they need the boys need the influence, and they try to get somebody. It's difficult to get a man to come in that's does not have incentive. It's more. It's just more women than men. It's more older women than men, and they have the time because a man has a whole bunch of time. I mean, he's not doing a whole bunch of work.
yeah,
I mean, so we get too much time unless he's a coach or a teacher. But ideally, if you look old school, if the woman's a housewife, that's a housewife, or they're feminine to certain, and they work with the kid. You want that type of surrounding. And if she's doing everything a man can do, if the woman you talk to do everything a man can do, then she get time spent with your daughter anyway. So you need like aunties or mothers or something like that. So I think it's more availability. Uh, and then we solution focused, so we gonna find men are solution focused.
yeah.
We ain't gonna spaz out about it. We like, okay, I know what I can't do, but I know Sister Jeannie can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, people. I'm gonna sign off.
All right,
All right. You guys have a wonderful night. Take
Hey,
care.
all right. You too.
okay, hey journeyman. Hey journeyman, journeywomen. Thanks for thanks for sharing in the show tonight. Thank you for those who have participated in the live show and those who are participating in on the replay. Please comment down below, share, respond, and if you find any value in this content, go ahead, help me help you so we can help others. Because when you click subscribe and you comment and share on this platform, what you do is help me make a better tomorrow today. You help me make it better tomorrow today because your sharing, your comment, your subscriptions, all that adds in and helps the algorithm so I can reach a different crowd or a better crowd. And so more people can be assisted in regulating a healthy emotional state. So if you find any value in this content, go ahead and do that. And remember this, if you don't remember anything else, this is the Hero's Journey with Dr. D. Every day you wake up vertical. Every day you wake up and get up vertical. Make it your goal to life to always move forward and never move back. Because you are important. I think you are. And God knows you are. And this is a hero's journey with Dr. D. And we are out. Wanna move my feet, wanna drop on one. 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 Make sure you go down below and check out my podcast as well. Here's Journey with Dr. D, thepodcast.com. You can listen while you drive to work. Make sure y'all comment now and share the content. You should be able to see the edited version tomorrow afternoon or tonight. But definitely not tonight. Dr. D got to go out because I got to move my feet and go to sleep.